Welcome to today's Sports Live.
Oh, we're live here. Okay.
It's our first hockey show.
We're talking college football today.
This edition of Baseball Today.
Football Today is back here.
Come back to basketball today.
Got the double box. Bring it on, baby.
This is giving me Russell Westbrook vibes.
I'm just too strong.
Well, there goes the encyclopedia.
Him and Rihanna would create like a mega mind type.
He
That's
put
really
this
good.
decision on a coin flip, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Ginzer City. Ginzer City.
More
We
perfect that we
all
brought
have
that today.
computers in front of us.
All right, and that is why we skip hooping.
Yeah.
The spitting image of Cooper Cup. Ricky Patalco about to lose his mind.
Kadarius Toney, Ni Hao, you better start learning Chinese.
We got two Rangers fans here, so
No.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Today's Sports on this lovely Thursday. We've got Jackson, we've got Sophia, we've got Alex. I'm Jeremy Rose. Welcome into Today's Sports. Today we're talking NFL football. Clear Packers fan, Eagles fan, Jets fan here.
Could you tell?
I think it was something with the eyes.
Are you like a mind reader? Yeah.
Yeah, something with the eyes.
Yeah.
All the green teams are being represented today.
Go
This
green,
is fun.
baby.
This is fun.
eyes, by the way.
And on the topic of green teams, we're not going to talk about any of the green teams in this next segment. But to kick it off with our first headline, we've got Bengals Ravens on primetime tonight, Amazon primetime time. These games have been pretty underwhelming this year, to say the least. We haven't really watched a great primetime game. I'm hoping the one on Monday is going to be better, and hoping this game's going to be good. One thing to look out for, though, the Bengals haven't won a road primetime game since 2012. Shout out Ethan Zaretsky for that key piece of information.
Interesting.
What are we thinking for tonight?
I think it's pretty simple. I think it's kind of like last year's game. I think whoever holds on to the ball more is probably going to win the game. I mean, turnovers are usually the deciding factor, and it was a deciding factor against the Browns last week. And I think the better QB wins. I think whatever QB doesn't turn it over much, because these are elite defenses, and there's definitely going to be a lot of opportunities for turnovers. It's just who capitalizes on them the best. I think it's going to be more of a defensive battle than anybody thinks it's going to be. But I really think Lamar's running ability is able to bring the Ravens victory.
You know, I agree with that, but I also think that the Bengals are on a winning streak, and I think Burrow's back. I think he's going to be the better QB, and I
Did
think
they lose last week?
no, they didn't.
They lost.
Oh, they lost.
Yeah.
They
Who
did
they lose to?
The Texans.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud.
CJ
CJ
Stroud,
Stroud,
MVP
back.
Stroud.
That's MVP
CJ
candidate.
Stroud
CJ
is
Stroud.
Yeah.
back.
MVP
Special
CJ
is
Stroud.
in.
Still, based on gameplay, I think Burrow's back, and I think that this is a game that's gonna light a fire under the Bengals, and I think that they're gonna come out on top. I have Bengals winning by 3.
Can't see it. I'm sorry. So you mentioned elite defenses. The Bengals defense does not look that great this year. I got to be completely honest. Their run defense, one of the worst in the league as of right now. The Ravens, though, second best defense behind the Browns.
Fantasy team.
I got to see a Ravens win tonight. Maybe not by much, but the Bengals just haven't looked like the complete team they used to be. Burrow is not having one of his best years. I believe T. Higgins is still out. I just don't see the offense being able to handle that elite Ravens defense. And like you said, the Lamar Jackson running ability.
Yeah, I mean,
He's got a hold on football.
is it time for
Pretty
the
much, yeah.
Ravens? Is it time for the Ravens second half collapse, though? It's iconic. It's every year.
Yeah,
They do start off
It's
strong.
almost like Christmas, honestly.
It pretty much, yeah.
But-
It's about as
pretty
guaranteed
ending.
as
Hey, it's a Harbaugh family tradition.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
The
choking?
choking at the end of
choking,
the year.
yeah,
Let's see it. Let's see it happen. On the topic of losing, the Cardinals last week, they had a victory over the now even more lowly Falcons, which sets up. The Cardinals beat the Falcons. I apologize. Which sets the Bears up. Wow. Over the Falcons, which has okay, I wrote that wrong. I apologize. But either way, the Cardinals won, which sets up the Panthers to be in line for this number 1 overall draft pick, who we think ends up with this pick this year, thanks to the Cardinals' victory.
The Bears, because you
The
know
Bears.
who owns the Panthers pick? The Bears do.
The Bears do.
They just beat the Panthers. All right, like the Bears. Obviously, they're not a good team. They're not going to have a good record, but they're going to have another top 5 pick, probably top 10. But like, I think they're going to have a top 5 pick in addition to their first overall pick.
Absolutely.
And you might, I don't know if they go for a quarterback here, because like really, like Justin Fields is coming back.
It
this
comes
week.
down to Justin Fields.
Mhm.
Yeah.
These last couple weeks are going to very much determine the franchise of the Chicago Bears, and I think they're going to have the number 1 pick. Now, the problem is
Will they
that
blow
like,
it on a defensive player? Probably.
blow it is a very generous term, because I mean, they did just trade for Montez Sweat, and they extended him. So it's kind of like,
I mean, they thought
are
they
you going
were
to get more weapons for Justin Fields,
probably not.
or are you going to get another weapon instead of Justin Fields? So
Well, that's what I think they should do. I think they should get more on the offense for Fields so that the offense can
They got to
actually.
at this point.
I
The
think they
offense
need
is
O-line.
horrendous.
He needs help.
O-line.
They need help everywhere. But
They need help
do they
everywhere,
trade
but I
back,
think that's
though?
where they go
I
for the
think
first
I
round
think they
pick.
should, with their own pick, they should trade for Olu. I can't pronounce his last name.
Olufashanu?
Yes, Penn State legend.
I think they can take him with one of the 2 picks, depending on where they
Absolutely,
go.
they
There's
need
going to be
him.
a lot of quarterback-heavy picks in the top. And
Well, I think one good person, if they do get that first round pick, they should pick. I think his name is. I think Gus Johnson called him something. I think it was Maserati.
Marv.
Dude,
Yes.
most annoying thing ever. First off, being a Penn State football fan. Second
That's
off,
not annoying,
having
that's
to
depressing.
listen to Gus Johnson go, and with the Cats, it's Maserati.
Maserati mud down the
Maserati
field.
Marv.
But real talk though, if he goes to the Bears, that can help out Justin Fields a lot because he will always get open, and we know this from seeing it, firsthand.
I think him and Fashanu won for the top 2 picks if the Bears have it would be a wonderful draft for the Chicago Bears. Will they ruin that draft? Most likely. We were talking about John Harbaugh. There was a quick mention about him. We're going to look at his brother now. Over
Oh
to Jim.
no!
Raiders and Bears are apparently on the lookout for Jim to coach them. Does he make the move back, I believe, to the NFL?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's Michigan's head coach next year. I think the NCAA has kind of had enough of his tomfoolery. And
Well, he did just accept a 3-game suspension.
From the
that
Big
case
Ten.
is finally closed.
Yeah.
now the NCAA investigation is still going on. So I think you're going to see them kind of be like, okay, we've had enough of you. You've been suspended multiple times, and you violated the rules multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if this was any other coach, they would be probably a lot less lenient.
Absolutely, but it's the Harbaugh effect.
Yeah, they would be very kind to him. And it's a big name, big school, a lot of money. And Connor Stallions shouldn't have used that Venmo account, buddy.
Yeah. I'm setting him back to the NFL. I think he should go back to where he came from. And I think if he goes back to
Whoa, kind of crazy there.
Crazy.
Back to where he came from.
I think it's where he go back to where he came
if
from.
back
I mean, he
Came-
went to Michigan. That's where
If
he's
back,
from.
if
No,
back
but he
to where he
played-
came from is the NFL, that's not really a bad place to be from.
No,
if
but
you're
I'm
asking
just
me.
saying. I think even like with the the quarter that he wants with the Big Ten. I think that there's too much tension there. And college football fans are different than NFL fans. Like they're not going to forget about this. People are going to. They're probably still going to hate on him even when he goes back to the
Sure,
NFL. But at least I think he
I'll
just
still hate on
needs.
him.
I'll still hate on him too. But I just think that he should just be done with the college football league. Go back.
Yeah, I mean, it's he's going to get hate no matter where he goes. Obviously, after this, no one likes a cheater. This is no secret. We learned it with the Astros. Now we're going to learn it with the Wolverines. But in these desperate franchises, they'll probably hire him.
Yeah.
Knowing desperate times call for desperate measures. So yeah, they'll probably end up hiring him. I don't know what it will lead to, but I could see it happening for sure.
The Raiders already fired their head coach,
Mhm.
so they're
I think the
already
guy they have,
desperate.
Damian Pierce, is fantastic.
I think he's
the players
great
love him,
I
which
think he's
means
great.
they're going to make the wrong decision because of the
because
Raiders.
it's the Raiders. Well, are they undefeated since
2-0 against
since-
both New York teams.
since Mark Davis started growing out his hair again?
Yeah.
Which looks great, by the way. And now we're gonna get a little theme towards Thanksgiving. As you know, it's coming up next week. This is our last show before the break. So I want to hear one thing you guys are each thankful for from your respective franchises. What you guys got?
Go first.
I'm thankful for Quincy Williams because it's the only thing that I could be.
We are gonna head over to the board for this.
Oh.
You actually
Yo,
you are in fact
My
first on
bad.
this one.
In fact, so I'm very thankful for a certain man, and I really love this man. I'd like for it to be shown now. Look at him. Just look at him. This is Aaron
Sure,
Jones.
looking at him.
He has been the
Up close and
backbone of the
personal.
Packers offense ever since he joined the squad. I mean, Aaron Rodgers has had his ups and downs. Obviously, for a few seasons, he was an MVP, but he's had, a couple bad seasons, and he was always a guy that could run for over 1,000 yards a season and just keep the offense rolling, especially last year when Rodgers was not having one of his best seasons. He was the only reason the Packers were able to win some of those closer games. So, yes, I am very thankful for him. I'm lucky that, we the Packers still have him. And, yes, he will always be there to carry the offense when we're down. So I have to pick him.
A nice piece of consistency. One thing I wish for in the future of my franchise. We're gonna slide it over,
Who are you
Alex.
a fan of?
I'm a Jets fan,
Sorry for your loss.
unfortunately. Alex,
my
who are you in fact thankful for here on this lovely Thursday afternoon, just 1 week before the great holiday of
Oh boy.
Thanksgiving?
Oh boy, he's flying
boy,
over.
he's flying.
Oh, he's
Flying to the
flying.
board.
Look, I love my main man, Jalen Hurts. All right? I love my main man. But, imagine Imagine Terrell Owens, Jerry Rice,
This is getting bold.
and Randy Moss.
This take is getting hot.
This
We're
is
all
kinda hot now.
combined.
This take is getting a little too
That's
hot.
AJ Brown.
This take's
Alright,
getting a little
he
too
is
hot.
my
Is that
GOAT.
fire there 'cause of
He's
how hot
the
this take
offensive
That
player of
is
the
fire
year.
there. I didn't think the take would be as hot.
Wow.
as the picture.
Hey,
Wow.
Try to speak here. Try to speak here.
Mm.
I would like everyone to please tell me who just broke the record for the most consecutive 125-yard receiving games in NFL history. Show of hands, please. Who knows that? Who knows that? Yeah, who is that?
It's AJ Brown.
That's good. You know who's never done that? Anyone else. And that's why he's the GOAT. And that's why I'm very thankful for him this year. When I'm eating my turkey, I will be thinking of AJ Brown.
All right.
I mean,
Okay, then.
if that works for you, that works for
You
you.
would think
It
that
does
you
work for me.
broke that record the way you
I
described
mean,
that.
yeah. You think AJ Brown would be thinking of you while eating his Thanksgiving dinner?
I hope he would.
I don't know about all that.
I'm not-
He's like, I'm appreciative of all the fans coming out every night to support us. That's me. He's
That's
talking
you.
about me.
How many Phillies games or how many Eagles games have you gone to this year?
None, because
So you haven't
I've been
gone
too
out
busy
yet.
being an
whoa, whoa.
academic weapon. I'm sorry,
really?
Jeremy.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Academic
I'm sorry.
weapon.
I'm too busy getting amazing grades
Better hope so.
and providing content to our wonderful fans.
To our wonderful fans.
Yeah,
Sophia, now that we can
Everyone's
be done,
got their
let's be
job,
done with
just like
this.
AJ Brown.
Your turn. Hop over to the board. Let's see your selection for who the Jets should be thankful for on this lovely,
All right.
lovely day.
So I think the Jets should be thankful for Quincy Williams because the only thing that the Jets have going for them right now is our defense. Our offense is in shambles. Our head coach is extremely
Bald.
questionable. And Quincy Williams is one of the fastest LBs in the league right now. And I think he's
Great.
one of the strongest players on our defense. And the Jets should be all saying thanks to him on this Thanksgiving because he's keeping the scoring low and for the other teams because we can't score. So I think that the end result of these games would be much higher if Quincy Williams wasn't on our defense.
He could be what makes the difference of the Jets making the playoffs or not without Aaron Rodgers in.
Would
So
love to see it.
Yeah.
I
So
would love to see it.
I'm thankful for this man. I hope he's thinking of me over this Thanksgiving
we all?
break.
Nobody else I'd rather be thinking of than Quincy Williams right now, except for maybe his lovely teammate in the name of CJ Mosley, who's also been absolutely amazing for the Jets,
That's cool.
as has the rest of the defense.
Awesome.
No offense to translate though, because Zach Wilson.
You know what my favorite part about watching a Jets game is? Other
Turning-
than them losing,
What is it?
The
it
halftime
has
show.
to be
Turning
every
it off
single
after the
time.
game?
No, I'm talking here, Jeremy. Okay. You know what my favorite part of every Jets game is? It's every single time there is a wildly unfortunate thing that happens to the New York Jets franchise. Every single time they pan to Robert Saleh looking absolutely distraught. I mean, this man's like
every day,
all the time.
every day.
I'm like, I ain't never seen this man smile. Like they win, he's just like, wow, we kind of got lucky here. Like
Most of the time.
Yeah.
he's very entertaining.
put yourself in his shoes, though. Would you be happy if you were in his position right
Oh,
now?
I'd be distraught. I mean,
Right.
I
I mean,
think
I'd,
it's one
I'd
that's
have
gonna
that
have a
same
heart
exact
attack
look.
inside.
Yeah.
I'd be like Bill Belichick on a normal Monday. Like,
Yeah.
just absolutely just doesn't look like he
Okay,
wants
talk
to
about a waste of a franchise right now, though. Is the Patriots? Don't the Jets are bad, but the Patriots
Yeah,
are
the
worse.
Jets
Patriots
bad.
are
Not
And
And
that's
that's one thing we
bad,
can
like-
all collectively be happy about.
Look, I'm not a hater, but if I was, I'm very happy for the New York Patriots downfall. If I was a hater,
The New
I
York
would never root
Patriots?
on someone's downfall. Unless
I
it's for
would.
New
I'm
York.
sure you never would.
Never
Never.
would. Don't look at his tweets. Don't look at his tweets. Don't look at his tweets. All right, we're gonna throw it over to our next segment. I like to call this one "Dreams and Nightmares." Feet Meek Mill.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Y'all thought I was finished?
Exactly.
And we're gonna keep going. Thought you Philly fan, you'd like that one. All right,
I
so
do.
with the unfortunate news of Deshaun Watson being unfortunately hurt for the rest of the year, and
We'll call it unfortunate.
we'll call it unfortunate, wasting $65 million in cap space this year,
Browns
and a
moment.
fully guaranteed contract that's been an absolute waste of money for the Cleveland franchise.
Oh,
We're gonna go in and take a look at your favorite and least favorite trades over the past couple of years, and we're gonna give him some trade grades. Let's see what we got working. Jackson, let's start it off with you.
Okay, so yeah, here we go. So least favorite. We'll start with my least favorite.
Least favorite.
Russell Wilson. Look, he actually has not been doing that bad this year.
No, not
But let's be real
terrible.
here. They're not going to make playoffs.
He ain't looking that very dangerous.
No.
No,
Yeah, not
at
really.
all.
Oh.
So, and then obviously last year, what was the Broncos' record again? Oh yeah, it was
Terrible.
Yeah, we'll say terrible.
Whatever.
His record was 4-11, and yeah, they were just one of the
I
worst
wonder who
teams
the
in
head coach
football.
was.
I wonder who
Yeah,
it
who
was.
was that?
Wonder who that head coach was.
Yeah,
It's
so
gotta be
the
a
the Broncos definitely did not get their money's worth with him. It's plain the obvious. You know, you got to win over the Bills this last week, but like,
And one of the
Imagine
Buffalo-
being,
and one of the
imagine being
Chiefs.
yeah, and
so
one of the Chiefs, one of the
They did
Chiefs,
say
yeah,
whatever
whatever
he
Chiefs
was
in
Imagine
there.
it was a
so
freak accident.
horrible,
Mm.
so horrible that you're so desperate that you have to trade for a head coach. That is how depressing that is.
Pretty much.
Broncos country, let's cry.
Yeah,
That's all I gotta say about
Yeah.
that.
Let's cry.
Now, anybody know who that man right there is?
The man, the myth, the McCaffrey. I can't remember what that one
He
was.
got
Fine.
it.
That one was good.
Yeah,
I like that
so
one.
basically, the Panthers trading him over to the 49ers, it's an amazing thing for him because here's why. The 49ers are a massive fan base. Fans that always show up, always want their team to win, are always there. Panthers fans are not that. They don't deserve McCaffrey. The 49ers do deserve McCaffrey. And that's why I love him going over with a real team, with a real defense, and a real shot to win a Super Bowl and to at least make playoffs. Now, obviously, the Eagles got the better of them last year. Ha, ha, ha. But they are still contenders. I think they're back. I think they will make a real run, and it's a big part of that will be McCaffrey.
Yeah.
So I love that trade.
They're getting healthy at the right
On
time.
a side note, Brock Purdy ain't it. I don't think
He ain't it, but
He ain't it.
he could be enough though.
But they have enough weapons to the point where it
Yeah.
really doesn't matter. Alex,
All right.
let's see your trades.
So one of my favorite trades is Jared Goff, Matt Stafford. First off, love both the guys. Amazing. You guys thought I was gonna go with an Eagles trade, and I tried to.
He tried to.
Yeah, I did try.
tried.
It's fantastic because they freed Matthew Stafford from Detroit. I don't think much needs to be said. Super Bowl champion. He deserves it. He's a fantastic talent, fantastic person. I'm just
Great
happy
guy.
he finally got his ring. All right. And then Jared
He was right
Goff,
on me.
always been very, 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 very talented. He was always putting, I don't think he really worked well in McVay's system. And he just never fully realized the potential until he got to Detroit. And then Dan Campbell yelled at him a bit, and now he's elite. All right. And I'm just very happy for that. And then for the 49ers, yeah, they made a great trade last year. They also lost the NFC Championship, but that doesn't matter because they also made one of the worst trades I have ever seen because they traded all the way up so they could draft Trey Lance.
Is that how many first-round picks they traded for him?
It feels like it. You know what one of those first-round picks became? Micah Parsons. Okay, Micah
Ooh.
Parsons. You know what Miami did with those picks? They traded for Tyreek Hill, who is still not better than A.J. Brown. Like, it's just insane to me.
Woo, bold. A bold statement to end
hot
it.
takes, but
All hot takes.
Definitely
What's,
hot
takes.
what's new? What's new?
What, me being right? Yeah.
You having
Mm.
extremely hot takes
Extremely.
that may or
Okay,
may not be
we'll go with that.
factually correct. Sophia,
All right,
Take us away.
so
Let me
I
go.
would start with my favorite. My favorite was the Jets trading their 2023 and 2024 picks for Aaron Rodgers.
please play.
Please take your hands off your face. Like, as a Jets fan, I think this was a good idea. Yeah, he's hurt. I get it. But in looking at draft picks, like, this was not a bad idea. You understand. This is a strong player.
He is.
This
Even
is a strong player.
even with his last season, he is still a very solid
It's
quarterback.
Aaron Rodgers. He's
He-
legendary.
He's Aaron Rodgers.
This
yes.
is and the Jets, even though like they're relatively like young, they're like a younger team. Like their offense is
Absolutely.
younger. So I think though they have like a sense of respect for Aaron Rodgers. Like if he's their QB.
I think the whole team has a respect for
Exactly.
Aaron Rodgers.
They're
He
like,
kinda
wow,
ran-
we have a quarterback now.
Well, we did this whole thing
I
with Brett
mean-
Favre a little while back too. That one didn't work out
Mhm.
too well. Let's hope this
Did
one's a
not.
little different.
Amazing.
I think once
citizens
this
at
man is
farm.
healthy,
Amazing.
I think once this man is healthy, it's going to be the Jets year. And then for my least favorite, I would say the Commanders trading their 2 third-round picks for Carson Wentz. He has not done anything for this team.
Well, he's no longer on.
Well, he's not on the team. And second
No
off, he
longer
looks like
on.
a hot dog.
He does look like a
Yeah.
hot dog.
He looks like Prince Harry.
That is the worst.
He just-
Is that a,
That's
yeah,
the
is
worst
that a-
comparison.
Is that a compliment?
He's
could
just
be like,
like
Not a
not-
compliment. It was not intended as a
Give it up,
compliment.
royal family. Nobody's ever want to hear that before. All right, nobody's ever want to hear that.
A question for you: do you think that the Eagles would have won the Super Bowl that year if he hadn't gotten injured?
I mean, he was on MVP.
Yeah, he was
trajectory.
like I don't think people realize how good 2017
He was
Like,
gonna
this guy
be
gonna
the
win
MVP. Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
he was really that good. I mean, look at the wide receiver room. He had Zach Ertz, Alshon Jeffrey,
not a wide
Nelson
receiver.
Aguilar. I mean, yeah, obviously he's a tight end, but whatever. He was the guy that was catching all the passes.
It's true.
I mean, like he was elevating these guys to a different level. I really love Carson Wentz in 2017 and 2020. He was really good, but then a dirty hit from Jamal Adams ended up knocking him out. He's never been the same, and that's why.
And that was the last time Jamal Adams touched a football field.
yeah,
Most likely. That's what I've heard from around the world.
best in the nation.
God. All right, we're gonna jump into our next segment. I like to call it "Thanks for the Memories." We're gonna go through a couple of iconic Thanksgiving, football moments, football memories, and we're gonna blind rank them. We've got 5 on
If
our
Randy
list.
Moss is not on here.
I guess we'll have to wait and see. Number 1,
Oh no, it's my favorite one.
Oh,
I love
boy.
this one, dude. Watch.
Oh, my.
man. Oh my gosh, dude, that is like hilarious. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
imagine being a
It's
fan
the
of
worst
that
one
team.
that could have been picked.
There's
Fumble,
no
fumble.
there's no better way to
Love with me here.
you
Love with me
know
Yeah,
Gotta
yeah.
be number one.
Tino
It's gotta be number
describe
one.
Gotta be
the,
number
the
one. It's
Jets
iconic.
franchise.
It's pretty iconic, yeah.
It's the
I try to
definition.
forget
Wait,
about
wait,
this.
wait. Watch out! Ow!
I don't even know how you
Oh,
managed
that's
to
so
do that.
I don't know. I don't know. I
For
tried
how
to
competent
forget
Mark
about
Sanchez
this.
felt as a quarterback, watching him make this play made me question a lot of things about
Made me
my
question-
life as a Jets fan.
It's almost like the
Yeah.
Three Stooges were on a football team right there.
And he's
Mo
all three
and
of
Larry
them.
running into each other.
That's just like
Yeah, Mark Sanchez's play in this game was the equivalent of a muff
They
punt.
tried to make some statement about how like Vince Wilfork was like the real reason this happened. The offensive lineman just really doesn't move. Like
I know,
don't
but you just aren't supposed to run into their back.
I don't know how you run.
That's just like not supposed to happen.
That's the most unathletic football play I've seen.
Other than Daniel
than-
Jones falling down running for the
Other
end
than
zone,
Daniel
that might be
Jones,
one
maybe
more
a Tua, maybe a Tua pass every once in a while.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Here's a wild card: the butt punt.
The butt
All
punt.
right, the butt punt was
There we
The
go.
butt punt was pretty
All
good.
right, where are we ranking this one?
number one, obviously.
Number
It's the most
one?
iconic
Yeah.
play.
Number one. All right,
Number one.
cool.
All right,
Number
this
one
is
for
really
now.
cool, but like it's number two.
The Randy
Because he's
Moss.
gonna hook and ladder.
This is the Randy Moss electric game where he goes off for 3 catches and 160 something yards and 3 touchdowns.
AJ Brown's still better.
AJ Brown is not still better.
I don't know. I don't know about all that.
This was a
Are you sure about
a great play. This iconic
He's
clip
about to
of,
turn around and go.
of Randy Moss turning and looking back at the camera. Either way, Randy Moss, this was an iconic football moment, not just Thanksgiving moment.
Do you know what brings this moment up? It was against the Cowboys.
It was against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
That makes us so
Yeah.
much
Can we
happier.
all at this table agree the Dallas Cowboys are the worst thing to happen to
We
America?
do.
in the
yes,
world?
yes, yes.
America,
Dallas
America's,
sucks.
Dallas
America's
does suck.
team. All right, sure, cool. All right, where are we throwing Randy Moss? Where are we giving him?
I think it's the most iconic performance of all time too.
2.
Two?
All right,
Okay. Two is fine.
Two.
Two's respectable.
we'll give 2. This was the game with the game time, very defensive game up until the coin toss to head into overtime, where the referee over here didn't hear the call right on the coin toss.
Ooh.
Incorrectly calls it. Steelers end up getting the football. Or sorry, Steelers end up not getting the football. And the Lions take the ball and go down the field and score. Which gives them the ball. Jerome Bettis is distraught. And they end up losing the game.
5.
5.
I
Yeah.
didn't even know this
Yeah.
happened until now.
This
I haven't heard of
sounds-
this one.
This sounds irrelevant.
It's just
It
better
sounds
when we can hear
niche.
what happens.
sounds
They
irrelevant.
do end up playing it back, and he does switch the call.
Gosh, you're
at
telling me
the
the
end.
refs are bad?
This is just a classic.
Yeah,
like,
it sounds like a typical ref moment.
Sounds
I
like
mean,
a
it's
very
it's
typical
super
ref
typical,
moment.
Classic
honestly.
sounds like a
NFL
normal
refs.
Sunday.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna throw this one at 5. We're gonna roll
Yeah,
over
I would
to
go
our
at
next
5.
clip. 5. Wow.
Facts.
How convenient. This is I believe a
Typewriter? Yeah,
yes,
it is a
OJ Simpson going off for 273 yards on the lovely day of Thanksgiving. One of the best rushing performances we've ever seen by a great running back in his 10 years in the NFL.
Sure.
Has done some other things that we, don't
Now,
talk about.
Are we allowed to commentate on this guy or like?
I mean,
I
I'm
think
not
we
sure
just
what the
rank him-
boundaries
I think
are.
we just-
I think we just
Let
talk
me
about the
rank
fact
him
that he
low.
went
Let me
off.
put it
Because of
this
who he
way.
is.
Let me put it this way. I don't like orange juice. Let's put it that
I
way.
mean, sure.
Mm.
All right, 273 yards,
Mm.
which is very impressive in a football game by a running back.
Yeah, but
Are we going 3 or 4?
4.
4.
4?
Yeah.
All right.
It's OJ. We got to give him 4. We can't
Yeah.
give him
Okay,
that
we'll give him
spot.
4. All right. To our last and final clip of the day, which will slide into the 3 spot regardless. This is a 6 touchdown performance by this Dolphins quarterback, I believe, back in the 80s or 90s. I don't remember exactly which one, but I guess it's going to slide into our 3 spot. 6 touchdowns
That makes sense.
by
That's
any
like-
quarterback on any day is highly impressive.
Yeah,
And this was, one of those performances.
it doesn't happen nowadays.
No, it doesn't.
Really?
Yet. I think the last
NFL
6
isn't the same.
last 6 touchdown performance by a non Alvin Kamara named player
Are we sure that's not? Is that Doug Flutie? I believe.
is not Doug Flutie.
Yeah.
It's Bob
Grease?
Grease, I believe. I might be saying that wrong.
Greaseball.
But either way, that was sliding to our 3 spot. We are now going to go into a little fun segment we like to call Fact or Fiction. I'm going to give you guys
Factor cap.
4 takes from this NFL season, and you guys are going to let me know if they're fact or if they are fiction.
It's gonna be fun.
Jackson, don't look at
Guys,
my
guys,
laptop.
Did you know I'm bilingual?
In what? What two languages?
English and facts. All right,
Cool.
I got
Oh,
this.
All right, let's see.
boy.
Let's see. Are you factual on this one?
intimidated.
Appreciate the confidence.
Sam Howell is a top 8 quarterback this season.
Nah,
Fact.
nah,
No.
No, I think fact.
no.
Wait, this
All right,
season?
let's go.
Actually,
Give me-
no, wait.
give me
I'm
eight.
gonna,
Give me
I'm
your
gonna say
8 then.
fact. You know why? You know who is the current passing leader in all of NFL passing yards? Sam Howell.
Sam Howell.
Sam Howell.
Now, personally, I watched him absolutely torch and destroy my Eagles, and that is
Mhm.
because their secondary is horrible. But like this man has a whole bunch of talent, and if his
Absolutely.
offensive line was a better, this man's also been sacked the most in the NFL. If you're like, oh, we'll get it out quicker. I'm like, why don't the offensive line stop sucking? Like this guy is extremely talented,
Absolutely.
and he's going
fun
to
to
be
watch.
haunting the Eagles for a while until the Washington Commanders get their stuff together.
There is talent and there's a top 8 quarterback. And I'm sorry, he could one day be a top 8 quarterback, but right now I
Who
cannot
have you
put
got top 8 ahead of him? I
top
would love
8.
to hear.
Name 8 people right now.
This is my,
Name them all,
my
right
brain's
now.
my brain's about to dysfunction.
Right this moment.
Well, Jordan Love, obviously. Okay, no.
Okay,
But
cool.
yeah,
I
so
love
And that's how we know your take is apparently
okay, no.
fiction. All right, so Sophia, you said fact as well. Top 8 quarterback Sam Howell. Consensus 2-1. I'm sorry, this one has been declared as a fact.
Yep.
Yep,
Um,
you got
easy.
that one.
Story
This
of my
one,
life.
this
I
one's
didn't even
more of
hesitate.
a.
I didn't even hesitate
Our
with
next
that
one's more of
answer.
like an overreaction type deal. This is the end of the run for Josh Allen and the Bills. They're
By the
very
run, what do you
short-lived.
mean?
Yeah,
As
I wonder
in
why we met that. Yeah.
Because they haven't
The
won
Josh
anything.
Allen led Bills will no longer be back with a deep playoff run to the extent that they have over the past couple of years, and their championship window has now closed.
So was the divisional round a deep playoff run? Is that what you
No.
consider?
I'm considering the championship round to be a deep playoff
So you're
run.
just saying that their season is.
This
That
is
they're
the
done.
end. This is as far as they're
Let me-
getting with a Josh Allen led team.
Let me put it this way: would you say talent-wise, Josh Allen is a top 5 quarterback? Just talent, just
Yes,
like pure
absolutely.
talent.
Raw talent.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
If he just is it's really simple. Like if Josh Allen just like is better, like just plays better, this team has like sky's the limit
Mhm.
as long as their defense stays intact. But like
defense.
sky's the limit with this team. The problem is Josh Allen is just absolutely atrocious right now. He's leading the league in interceptions.
Yeah.
All right, he like I just don't know why he's so bad. Like he just throws into double coverage.
A lot of
He
question
doesn't
marks.
look like he knows what he's doing.
Absolutely.
And even Stephon Diggs looks like he wants out of Buffalo.
Well, his
and-
brother told him he needs out of Buffalo.
And his brother's sitting on the couch with an ACL tear right now. So I'm sure he just doesn't have
On the
anything to do with
Cowboys.
his time that's any better.
On the Cowboys.
on the
too.
Cowboys.
Just
Speaking
add-
of those Cowboys,
They
our
suck.
next take: CeeDee Lamb is a top 5 receiver
No.
this year.
No.
Top 5
Ooh.
receiver.
Do you
Wait,
want
I
to know
need a
when
minute.
most
That
of his
one's-
yards came from?
That
It was
one's
against the
Giants.
Giants.
tougher.
You get your yards against who you play.
I've been seeing him on the boards and stuff though. Like
I've been seeing a lot of,
seeing a lot of him on.
I've been
CeeDee
seeing
Lamb
a lot of
is
big receptions
there's
from
a
him.
lot of
That being-
from CeeDee Lamb right
Okay,
now.
that being said, most of these receptions are against bad teams.
But
Yeah.
it's
But
not,
also
it's not
it's
his
a
fault. You can't
Yeah.
blame
A
the
reception
guy
is
for
a
reception.
throwing
It's
to?
not his
for
fault.
playing-
They're
Who else
Once
is he
again-
throwing
most
to?
teams.
But once
Like-
again, you play to your strengths. Like Dak Prescott's. I mean, he actually throws to Brandon Cooks is who he threw the ball to a bunch against the Giants. He went off as well.
I don't want a fact for that one.
For Brandon Cooks,
No,
you're gonna go
for-
fact for the CeeDee
no
Lamb
fact.
take.
For Lamb.
Not only because I believe CeeDee Lamb is overrated, and I also
Ooh.
believe that the Dallas Cowboys suck.
Okay, but you can't blame your hatred of the Dallas Cowboys on. You can't take your take on CeeDee Lamb being a bad receiver because you don't like the Cowboys.
Is that a rule?
That's
Just a
just how
biased
that works.
opinion.
That makes it not a fact.
Remember, I'm
I thought you
bilingual.
speak facts.
I only speak facts. So it's
Mm.
fiction.
All right,
Think
last
about
take. Jared Goff will go down as one of the most underrated quarterbacks in this generation. Let's
Yes.
go. Give me your hot takes. Yes.
Absolutely. He made a Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll go with yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
Especially if he ends up giving the Lions their first playoff win in most people's lifetime.
Most people
Should
like that.
happen.
I think it'll happen.
All right.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
love the Lions.
Rolling towards the end of our segment, we have That's Clipped. The first clip is Dan Orlovsky. I believe this was either earlier today or yesterday, claiming that the Browns, if Mac Jones leads their team, they are a playoff team. Dan Orlovsky has some questionable takes. This is one of those more questionable takes Dan Orlovsky has, in my opinion, at least. I don't think Mac Jones is a quarterback who can lead anybody anywhere
Yeah.
except for
Except
higher
for
draft
back to the
picks.
bench and then back to the
Yeah,
back
I
to
mean,
Bucks, yeah.
I think Mac Jones is terrible.
I agree.
Yeah,
I don't believe he's
agree.
good. I still think he would probably lead the Browns to a playoff game.
What?
Really?
I do. All right. Do you know
That's
what
another
like
question.
Deshaun Watson, like their average quarterback ranking for their
but
average quarterback
This is
rating?
this is
this
not
is
an
Browns
average
quarterback.
This is
This is
Mac
not an
Jones.
average quarterback.
Yeah, but
That's
This
a
is Mac
below average
Jones.
quarterback. That's the below average quarterback.
I don't think you
How do
guys
you
realize
lose to
how
Mac
screwed
Jones?
Mac Jones is in this current system. He's playing for a defensive coach, and he's also playing for an offensive coordinator that has no idea what he's doing. Okay, he's in the worst situation he could possibly be, other than Carolina.
An average quarterback would do better, even with this offensive coordination. I
Yeah.
saw some of the throws he made.
I mean, he has no receivers.
atrocious.
I think he needs to
But-
change his scenery personally.
And
I don't
would
know
I
about
like to
leading
maybe
anyone
see
to
him
playoffs,
play
though.
somewhere else? Not really.
I don't know
No,
about
No,
that.
I don't like Mac Jones as a person either. I would love to see
As
him
a
go.
person?
Absolutely. Yeah. There's a bunch of videos of him twisting guys' legs, making plays when he's on the ground that he shouldn't
my
be
gosh.
making.
You're talking about the thing with Sauce Gardner, aren't you?
No, talking
Oh.
about okay. There's that one. I was talking about a different one with the I believe the Panthers actually. All right, the Chargers posted all 10,000 of Keenan Allen's career receiving yards. Our next clip is that entire 2-hour video. They posted every single reception from Keenan Allen's career, every single one, in a 2 hour and 15-minute compilation
Yeah.
of literally. This is we can't speed it up to the extent that it should be. This is at I believe like times 4 speed, but it's a 2-hour video.
You know what I think would be a better format? It's every single one of Keenan Allen's receiving yards, but every time he makes a catch, it speeds up.
We could
Yeah.
we
That'd
could
be
probably
so
make that
much
happen.
better.
I mean,
Yeah.
it'd be a lot of work. We can make it happen.
Let's just put it this way: whoever did this deserves to be paid way more than what they're being paid right now.
I
This
mean,
is
yeah.
It's
impressive.
a lot of time.
Thinking
Oh,
about
yeah,
it,
for
Lot
sure.
all these
of
laterals and
time.
everything too. I mean, but yeah, that's what happened. I thought this was hilarious. I thought this was funny. I thought it was a moment that should be
Most
shared.
normal Chargers play.
Yeah,
Philip
this is-
Rivers kicks the ball at the end of that play. But yeah, we're not obviously going to watch this entire 2-hour, 15-minute
Why not?
compilation.
But someone did.
someone
Someone out
did.
there did.
Someone
And
made that
it's-
video. Someone watched this whole video. I'm sure.
and
All the
that's
Keenan
someone
Allen
as a
lovers out
Chargers
there.
fan, and for that, I'm sorry.
It might have been Philip Rivers and his 10 children. And whatever works for them, works for them. All right. 2-hour W moment of the day and celebration. Justin Fields, we touched on this earlier, is officially coming back this week. He will be starting against the Lions. And yeah, obviously the Bears are happy about this. Hopefully Justin Fields is happy about this
I
and
just
hope he
question
doesn't
his
get
background.
sacked.
I question his background. Ohio State. So
Oh.
I don't know about
CJ
that.
Stroud.
Yeah, but he's
CJ
the
Stroud.
exception.
He's like the only
I
exception.
like
I
Justin
don't know.
Fields.
I
He's
don't.
a
I think
Georgia
he's a
boy.
great player. I think he's a
I
great
love
player. I don't think they're
Justin
going to
Fields.
win, but I think he's a great player.
I think Justin Fields is wildly talented. He's just not set up to win right now. Outside of DJ Moore,
No, absolutely.
nobody.
I don't think he's
also
set up to win at all.
he can't. I don't know if he could go much else besides the Bears. Like right now, I think that this is like
I would
he
like
needs
to
to
see
stay on
him-
this team, be a little more comfortable for a couple more years, then think about
I
going.
mean, he's got what, 2 years till an extension?
Yeah, so then he can
Or
think
something.
about going somewhere else, but not
So,
right now.
something like that. And you know,
Free.
I even as a Packers fan, I'm supposed to hate the Bears. I do
Right.
feel bad for him sometimes, even though
Understandable.
he's not, he doesn't do what he's supposed to do sometimes. He's definitely still better than Mac Jones, I would say.
agree.
Yeah.
And he definitely deserves
It's not really a
better.
high bar to clear.
No,
No,
that's what I'm
absolutely
saying.
not.
He deserves
That-
a better
that
team,
might
just
be the
not
lowest
right
bar
now.
you can
Now,
Okay.
PJ
Yeah.
Walker's better.
Ooh,
Mm.
PJ Walker. I don't like watching him play quarterback.
XFL legend.
XFL legend. All right. This is all we have. Have a great weekend, all of you guys. We've got Jackson, we've got Sophia, we've got Alex. I'm Jeremy Rose. Have a great break. We will see you guys on Monday. After the break, have a great Thanksgiving, and we're out.